Hey guys, Patrick Donovan Aaron Realty, part of the Johnson Group here in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. And today I'm with Aaron Monegan, old Army buddy from back in the day. He's a financial advisor here in Savannah area. So if you guys are looking for maybe starting retirement accounts or maybe a mortgage or something like that, Aaron can definitely help you with that. But first, if you get any value from this video, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family looking to potentially get ready for retirement or any of those financial needs that they might have. And let's just get into it. So Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as Pat mentioned, we were in the Army together for a while. We're Apache crew chiefs, working on the helicopters and maintaining them, a couple deployments. So after our second deployment, I ended up getting out of the Army, did a little bit of contract work overseas. But through that, I found that I was looking for some financial advice. I wanted honest answers, clear direction on putting a financial plan together.
Well, didn't you guys, so you and Mandy were over there, right?
Correct. Yep.
So you guys had different amount of money than you used to have when you both were in the military, right?
Right. Yeah. So, we had a little bit more money coming in, more income than normal.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely looking at trying to save, trying to invest.
Right. Right.
And trying to make sure that we were maximizing the benefit long term.
Right. So doing all that research kind of what's led you to being a financial advisor?
Yeah. So just kind of looking into it. But, what I found was a lot of financial companies out there, they ignored mainstream America. There's minimums to enter into their advisement. So working, I talked to my sister who is a financial advisor.
Okay, well, that's good.
And just her approach on education and putting a plan together resonated in what I was looking for.
Oh, okay, sweet, great. And whenever time I think about Aaron, there's this one particular night I remember. We were in Rams, right? I think we had just invaded.
Right.
We'd left Kuwait. Of course, it was on my birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was. I think you were in Delta Company at the time. But we invaded. We drive to Rams, right? And then all of a sudden, there's a ruckus going on. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't sitting on the radio, but there's a big old ruckus and stuff. So, Aaron, you were on guard duty then out of the 50 cal. Can you get to fill me in on what happened during that whole craziness?
Right, yeah. So we had a perimeter set up, and a huge dust storm rolled in. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up on the LMTV, and we got a 50 cal mount kind of patrolling our perimeter. We got our night vision going and stuff. So, identify a vehicle that was approaching our perimeter. All we had was a little field phone.
The crank.
Yeah, a little crank field phone. So I'm like calling back, back to the CP and letting them know, hey, what's going on? And then pretty much it was, you need to engage. So, we can't take the field phone with us, because it's got comm wired. So
run into the talk.
Right, running back to the talk. So we're throw that out the window and we drive to, to confront the vehicle that's coming close to our perimeter. So.
And then I come out of the tent. It was me and Edgar Trujillo. If you're watching this, Edgar, what's up? And we go out of the tent and we see there's now everybody, we're invading Iraq. So you're talking about everybody's amped up and they want to be Audie Murphy. Everybody wanted to be Audie Murphy back then. So you got 10 pilots circling this truck and this guy. With the 50 cal, you were pouring down on him. I'm just thinking to myself as I walked out there, this is from my infantry training, but I was like, they're all going to shoot each other. let me get out of here with Edgar. So I get Edgar. I say, hey, let's go to the back side of the perimeter. If this is like a decoy or something, there's going to be people coming in the backside. So we go back there. But they took him down, dude. What happened during that time when they finally figured out who they were?
Yeah, so the pilots engaged and took our infantry guy down, which turned out he was a major from another unit that was lost, trying to find his unit. So just wandering in the desert and I came across our perimeter. So
he rolled into the wrong perimeter that night.
Right.
That was awesome. But we have a ton of Army stories. I don't want to go down the Army path right there, but OF1, that was a
Right.
That was a rough one. But of course an invasion. So I guess that's par for the course, I'm sure, for most invasions. But So I don't want to go down our rabbit hole. We could do that all day. But so I just want to ask you, as a financial advisor, do you have a fiduciary obligation to your clients? And what is a fiduciary obligation?
Yeah, obviously I have, or absolutely I have a fiduciary responsibility. And the key thing is I'm putting my clients' needs ahead of myself. Mm-hmm. So I hold that to the highest esteem with my integrity, and making sure my recommendations is the recommendations that I would want to receive if I was in their shoes.
So you put yourself in their shoes before you make any financial advice.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, perfect, great. And kind of the next question I want to ask you, how do you feel the school system is in teaching our youth about investing in all this kind of financial stuff?
Yeah, I think the school system's definitely missed the mark. They could definitely improve, and I don't know if they touch on it at all anymore. But yeah, there's fundamental investing and strategies that I help my clients with, and make sure that they're informed with everything that's available to them.
Yeah, I feel a lot of times people just want to sound smart, like they know what they're talking about when they really don't. I think, with Aaron, he can actually advise you in a way to where you know exactly what you're talking about, and you're not having to guess on where should I invest or should I do this. He will guide you the entire way. Actually, he was over at my house the other day talking about my retirement. So we've been in discussions on how he can help me do what I got to do. So he's been pretty awesome. I really appreciate that. What are best strategies for eliminating debt quickly, in your opinion?
One key strategy is debt stacking. So you kind of, I run a program, and we'll kind of look through and prioritize your debts that you do have, mm-hmm. And then come up with a solution to focus in on one at a time. So you focus in on one, and once that's paid off, then you take all those payments and move it to the next one, and so forth. So that's the most efficient way of getting debt paid off as quickly as you can.
And for those of you that watch Dave Ramsey, that's kind of basically his debt stacking solution. Snowballing, right. Yeah, debt snowball solution. So yeah, no, that's great advice. And I've used that strategy myself to eliminate my debt. So that's awesome. Okay. So how do you create a budget, or how would I create a budget keeping my lifestyle in mind?
Yeah, a lot of budgeting is, it's a spending plan. So you got to look at what you're spending money on. So obviously the first step is to kind of identify what your spending habits are, where your dollars are going. Because if you're not keeping track of where every dollar goes, then they're going to disappear. And you're at the end of the month, you're like, hey, what did I spend this on? And then I've also seen when people make more money, they spend more money.
Well, yeah.
So, it's, you got to keep a good standard of living, but obviously not get out of control, and prioritize dollars towards other goals, paying off debt, investing, saving for retirement, saving for a new house. Mm-hmm. So you prioritize your goals, and if you put dollars to work for you, then you can have a concise financial plan.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I agree with that completely. Okay. So now that we're talking about investing, can you tell us the difference between a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, and a 401k?
Yeah, so 401ks is a employee-sponsored plan. The benefits there is most plans there's an employee match. So from your contributions, the employees also matching that. So, free money, definitely you want to take advantage.
Free money, definitely take advantage of that for sure.
And then, so you have your IRAs, you have traditional and Roth. So that one of the key benefits there is it's an individual account.
Okay.
So the world is open to you with investments and how you want it. In contrast to the 401k, you're limited to that framework that your employee offers.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. And then Roth is tax deferred, right? A Roth IRA?
Right. So both the traditional and Roth earn tax deferred. The key difference is at the beginning and at the end when you pay taxes. So Roth, in retirement, tax-free. Traditional, you're paying taxes in retirement.
And anything you draw.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so that's key. So if you want to talk about these things with Aaron and definitely talk about what you should and should not do, let me ask you this. Can I have? Is there any limits to the Roth IRA, and can I have like both, Roth and traditional?
Right, you can have both. There are limits. So for 2024, there's 7,000 if you're under 50.
Okay.
There is a catch up of 1,000 if you're over 50.
So it'd be 8,000 if you're over 50.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can have both, but the combined total of both cannot exceed the $7,000 or $8,000 limit for that year.
Oh, so you can't have 7 of each.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. All right, cool. All right, so now I'm self-employed. I know a lot of self-employed people. We got truck drivers. You got salespeople like myself. How would you suggest a self-employed person start their retirement plan?
There's 2 things that come to mind. You have SEPs, which is your simplified employee pension plan.
Okay.
So that allows you to put money away for your retirement.
Okay. And that's aside from the Roth.
Right.
And the
so that's an additional to your individual account.
Okay. Does it play kind of the same way as those, just in a separate account?
Right. It's a completely different retirement account and is its standalone entity.
And so tax benefits for that would be essentially kind of the same?
Right. So it kind of falls in the line of some of them can be set up as traditional or Roth components within them.
Okay. So you can contribute more.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Here's another one you were talking about with the SEP, and then
so Solo K is another option that's available. So it's kind of like a 401k that you've probably heard of, but it's an individually owned account. The benefit there, it allows you to operate as both employee and employer. So you can pretty much double your contributions into. There's some math there and some formulas, but it has the advantages of maximizing putting money away for retirement.
So if I had an LLC, for instance, and I was just the only person in the LLC, I could do a match program for myself and double up my savings. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So you can both contribute it as an employee and employer.
Man, now we're talking.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Okay, that's good advice to know. Hey, if you're self-employed, give Aaron a call. He can definitely help you out. If a lot of kids go to school, like college, and they're paying $25,000 to $50,000 a year on their college education, and when they come out, they're blasted with all this debt in the beginning of them becoming an adult. If I want to get my kids, Piper or Thaddeus, ready for college, are there plans for me to put away for them, or how would you suggest I tackle that?
Yeah, 529 plans, which are state-sponsored education savings accounts, are available.
Okay.
That's one way that you can save for children's education.
Let me ask you this, and this is kind of like myself. My dad would love this story. When my dad was paying for my college, when I first got out of high school, now I didn't want to go, but my dad thought it was a good idea for that I go to college. I was like, okay, so I went. Well, of course, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and he just basically wasted his money. Say we'd start this savings program for the kids to go to college, and they decide, Dad, I don't want to go. What do we do with that money that's just laying there?
So there is options. You can move a 529 plan from one child to another.
Oh, okay.
So if one child is not using it or they get scholarships, it is available to transfer to another. And then
what if I don't have another?
Then there is some options there that you can, the child can contribute to a Roth IRA.
So he can take that full balance that you had saved up for college and convert it?
Not the full balance, but a portion of it can be transferred into a Roth IRA.
Okay, that's awesome. So they can get their retirement savings started early.
Right, absolutely.
Oh, and let me ask you this. So, because we were talking about it the other day when we were going over my stuff, you had spoke about starting something for my kids. What was that you were talking about? Just a Roth? For the kids?
Yeah, so that's another option. There's several different minor accounts. There's UGMAs is one, but specifically we're talking about like children's retirement, you can do a minor Roth. So as long as they have earned income, you can start a minor Roth and get them started on their retirement early. The best thing with investing in the stock market it's not timing the market, it's time in the market.
Absolutely.
So the longer that you have time available to allow the money to grow, the more beneficial you'll be.
I think I remember seeing this, and I think you showed me a chart. Like if you invested $1,000 when you were a kid, that ended up being like $22 million at 65 or something like that. It was some crazy amount of money.
Right. It's compound interest. I mean, and it's always working for you or against you. I mean, we talked previously a little bit about debt. I mean, that's an example of compound interest working against you.
Right.
So it's always working. So the biggest thing is you want it working for you. So yeah, getting money in early and just letting that compound over time is where it's at.
Have it work for you, not against you, like in other cases, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. All right. So what makes you consider a lot of financial advisors out there? You know, you see Merrill Lynch and you see all these Franklin Templeton and all this stuff. What makes you different than other financial advisors out there?
One of the key differences is I take a holistic approach. So I look at the whole picture of client's financial situation. So we make sure all the different components are working with each other. Mm-hmm. So we're not looking at just a product. We're looking at aligning one's goals with a product or a solution that best meets that goals.
It's like, so, you know, for instance, you may want to save up for your college funds for your kids, but you may not be in a financial position to do that, right? And working out those priorities to make it work for you. Because like I said before, you know, kids may not go to college later and you're prioritizing their education over your retirement. That could be recipe for disaster.
Right. Yeah. To that point. Yeah. You can kind of look at that, you know, for your children's education. I mean, because there is some other financial available. There's financial aid, there's grants,
right.
There's scholarships, but there is no scholarships for your own retirement. So I mean, sometimes you got to kind of take another look at and making sure that you have a strong financial foundation on all aspects.
And not to mention, your kids are going to be working for the rest of their lives. I mean, essentially, right? I assume. You know what I'm saying? So they have time to pay for their own stuff if they have to.
Right.
You know, now if you get in a great financial position, then obviously, you know, do as much as you can to help. But Aaron, I just want to thank you so much for coming today. Absolutely. And I really appreciate you coming. Good to see you again, of course. And if you guys got any value from this video, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Share this video with your friends and family. They're looking to, you know, it's tax season. How much time do you have left to do your 401k or the IRA before?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, your traditional Roth, you have up until tax day to contribute to the previous year. So, April 15th, you can contribute to 2023.
And that's $6,500. So, like, if you owe taxes and you have $6,500 laying around and you want to buy down your debt for the, you know, and you haven't invested in an IRA yet, that would be a perfect time. And if you have any other questions, give Aaron a call. Aaron, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, give me a call, 912-657-9047.
All right, and then, like I said, share this video with your friends and family. Have them get a hold of Aaron. Once again, if you're a vet out there, look, it's vets helping vets. We're trying to grow our business. Aaron's trying to grow his business. Give him a shot. Give him a call. Old NCO, do what NCOs do, train, right? So give them a call. If you know anybody moving from the Savannah to the Savannah area or away from the Savannah area, give me a call at 912-657-3544. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.